Blessed be chaotic cryptids. This is B.
This is Sarah, and you're listening to the Like You Know Bruh podcast.
And this is Cass. Welcome to our 4th episode.
Definitely was not recording, but that's okay. We still have your recording, so we'll be fine. Okay, so today we are going to be going over conspiracy theories. I hesitate to say our favorite conspiracy theories, but they're the ones that fascinate us most. And then at the end, we'll go over our least favorite. So I guess we can jump into it if you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
Cool beans. All right. I am going to be reading off a script because I cannot keep my brain together like some people. That's not me. I'm not it. Okay. All right. Today we are cracking open one hell of a rabbit hole. CERN and the conspiracy theories that came crawling out of it. So first off, what the hell is CERN? CERN stands for, I'm going to butcher the shit out of this, Conseil Européen pour la Recherche Nucléaire, aka the European Organization for Nuclear Research. It's basically where the biggest brains in physics hang out in Switzerland and smash particles together at almost light speed in a massive tunnel called the Large Hadron Collider, or LHC. Now, this isn't your average backyard science experiment. We're talking cutting-edge physics, quantum mechanics, and all the good stuff that sounds made up but isn't. In 2012, they confirmed the Higgs boson, aka the God particle. So yeah, big science energy. That, my friends, is where the normalcy ends and the unhinged begins. Because for every Nobel Prize-worthy discovery CERN makes, there's a conspiracy theory gaining steam in the corners of Reddit, TikTok, and your aunt's weird Facebook group. So let's dig into the most popular theories. And a fair warning, some of this stuff is just chef's kiss levels of chaotic. All right. Theory 1. CERN opened a portal to another dimension. Yup. People legit believe that when CERN activated the LHC, it tore open the fabric of reality. And you know what allegedly slipped through that tear? Demons, shadow entities, or maybe alternate versions of us. Spooky, right? Some folks tie this to the Mandela effect, like how we all swear it was Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain. The theory goes that CERN altered our timeline, and now we're stuck in a slightly off alternate universe. Thanks, science. Theory 2. They're going to blow up the planet by accident. Sorry, that's very dramatic. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yes, CERN is trying to recreate conditions similar to the Big Bang, but some people think this means they're going to make a black hole that'll swallow the Earth. In reality, any black holes created would be micro and die off instantly. But that doesn't stop the doomsday TikToks from racking up millions of views. All right, theory. This is a long one. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, if you want to interject at any point that you find anything interesting, please stop me.
Oh, I 100%. I'm one of those people that thinks that it's going to lead to the black hole. But I try not to think about it because...
It's terrifying.
I mean, how does a black hole just die out? You know? I can't. So I think the black hole thing is going to happen and there's nothing they can do to stop it once it happens. Anyways.
I'm not gonna lie, I lean towards the alternate reality one more so than the black hole one.
I would if there wasn't like sightings and demonic experiences, quote unquote demonic, beforehand.
That's the next theory. So I'll go ahead and read that one then.
Go ahead.
All right, so theory 3. Occult rituals and summoning demons. Oh, we're going full metal now. There's this oh shoot, I meant to watch the video before we came on here. Okay. There's this infamous video that supposedly shows a ritual taking place near CERN's statue of Shiva. Yep, they have a massive statue of the Hindu god of destruction right outside their building. People saw that video and screamed, "Illuminati confirmed!" CERN said it was a prank pulled by interns, but come on. In a place dedicated to understanding the building blocks of existence, you pull a fake human sacrifice? That's bold. Theory 4. They're talking to aliens or interdimensional beings. This is another one that I could definitely subscribe to. This one veers into DMT trip territory.
Okay.
Some theorists think CERN is trying to communicate with entities from other dimensions. Maybe that's what all those strange particle collisions are actually about. There's even whispers about tapping into a universal consciousness or AI sentience that exists outside time. Basically, CERN is either humanity's next evolution. I could get behind that, I'm not gonna lie. Or it's waking up something we weren't supposed to find. I don't like that one.
I like that one either.
I don't like that one either, but honestly, the waking up something we're not supposed to find sounds
Very fitting for the human race.
very fitting, right? And as far as using it to talk to them, like what are they using the collisions as Morse code or something? Like I don't see how them smashing atoms together is communication.
I don't either. But who knows?
Who knows?
Theory 5. CERN glitched the Matrix. People believe CERN's experiments messed with the simulation we're all supposedly living in. I hate the simulation theory. It freaks me out. That sudden bout of deja vu, that was just a patch update. Mandela effects, lag spikes. The moment the LHC turned on in 2012, something fundamentally fundamental shifted. Maybe we're in version A of reality, and now we're running version B, or Z, or the beta test of a cursed DLC. That's good. Theory 6. They found God, aliens, or time travel and are hiding it. I mean, I could believe that too.
I could believe that too.
Some people say CERN has proof of divine creation, alien life, or even time. Hey guys, B from the future. I don't know what happened to the audio, but it cut off. There's only an extra word to put here, but it's still confusing if I don't. Right here I was supposed to say, or I started to say time travel. I don't know what happened, but I'm here to say that I was trying to say time travel. Okay, thanks. But they're keeping it under wraps. Either because of power, control, or to prevent global freakout. Classic conspiracy vibes, right? And here's the creepiest part that gets cited a lot. When they discovered the Higgs boson, Stephen Hawking himself said it could, in theory, cause a vacuum instability that might destroy space-time. Did it? Are we already living in the aftermath? Are we ghosts? Either way, CERN is studying some mind-bending stuff. Particle physics should feel like science fiction because it kind of is. And when you pair that with secrecy, symbolism, and just enough internet chaos, boom, instant conspiracy cocktail. Now that I've completely melted your brain with particle physics and parallel universes, I'm going to pass the mic to my co-hosts. Thoughts?
So, you go first, Sarah.
I both hate and love the summoning theory. I feel like it's very kind of like Cthulhu, right? Like,
Yes.
I think we've all seen so many movies that have shown us why maybe opening portals is not for us, and yet we do it anyway. And I think that's pretty on brand.
Yep. We are humans.
Yeah, Cassie.
I've also always kind of been slightly fascinated by CERN and all of those theories. And like I said, I've always thought that we would 100% be making our own black hole. Like, we're all just going to get sucked in. Or, shoot, maybe we did, but to us, time just kind of Because they say that like the spaghettification thing and getting sucked into a black hole takes forever. So how do we know that we're not just
Already in a black hole.
already in a black hole? Well, that also goes into theories that I've got about black holes and the Big Bang and white holes and all that shit. So we'll be discussing that on another episode too.
Here for it.
Huh?
Spice. I said I'm so here for it. Outer space is so great. I love it.
It is.
Yes.
But yeah, like the idea of a portal is also super interesting because it could be a portal to another dimension. It could be a portal to another planet. Like so
mean,
much unknown.
I'm fascinated by the one with demons, and I know a lot of people believe that. And a lot of people even believe that both interdimensional beings and demons are basically the same thing.
Hmm.
I don't know. Again, we know I don't know what I believe in per se, but I don't believe that demons are actually real. I don't believe in angels. And at least not in the traditional sense of them. If they are real, I believe that they're not evil or good. They're just from an alternate dimension, and they look different than what we're used to. And with the Christianized belief system, it's tainted those things into something that it's not. But I do believe, I think I could subscribe to them making an attempt to open up a portal to an alternate dimension, maybe trying to discover a way to safely travel to outer space without having, going wormholes and shit. Like, that's my thoughts. That's where I go there. And I love it. It's very fascinating to me. I'm not scared by it. Every time somebody's like, oh, CERN did this, and I have a friend, I love her to death, and she's been sending me a lot of conspiracy theory stuff ever since I told her about the podcast. And so I actually need to watch one she sent me this morning. Irrelevant. But she, back when they started it back up, she sent me a message, and I was like, oh, that's freaking scary. And then I started doing a little bit more digging about what it was, and I got less scared. I think CERN is just, in my own personal belief, I believe that I don't think they're doing anything nefarious. At least I hope they're not. I want to believe that they're trying to find a safer way to space travel so that we can visit other, maybe planes of existence or other planets without having to worry about speed of light getting in the way. And that's my thing.
And also,
I'm so
if they
fascinated by
created
them.
stable, renewable, like not renewable, but like
Mhm.
That doesn't stable,
pollute.
energy. Like, what was it? Was it Angels and Demons or The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown?
Mhm, mhm.
Um, in it, they've created a mini sun,
Okay.
and it's held stable, but then, evil people will evil people.
God, they will.
But yeah, like, if that's what they're doing, awesome. You
Mhm.
know, put the oil companies out of business, please.
Yes.
But
I
like, I don't think that they're trying to do anything evil,
yeah.
but there's also a lot of horror books and horror movies and horror shows where they're not starting out trying to do anything evil, but then evil
They
shit just happens because
Exactly. They start out with good intentions, and then they go too far, not because they're
mhm,
doing it to be evil, but because they're just going too far to see how far they can go with
yeah.
science. They were so focused on seeing if they could, they never stopped to think if they should.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum's line in
Jurassic
Jurassic
Park?
Park? You can
Oh, it
cut
might
this part
be.
out because I'm not sure,
If it
but
is, I'm keeping it in.
No, it is
yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
Heck
I
yeah.
just don't remember if it's
I
the
love
first
Jeff
one or the
Goldblum.
second one.
Bless
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. He was
But I was
he
gonna
was the
say,
best part of that series.
I agree. I agree. I did want to add one more thing because I was listening to, like, I only listened to one podcast episode before. I, I'm a poor prepper. But it touches on slightly the fact that, and I don't know how this has any correlation, but it just stuck with me. Um, that Beyonce sold her soul and it has some sort of relation to CERN, and I'm like, okay.
Because
Um,
there's so many people that think that Beyonce and Jay-Z and so many artists are part of Illuminati,
yeah.
and I mean, who knows?
I'm not saying that they're all great people because there's a lot of celebrities that are shitty people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But
but
I don't know
it
that I
could have
believe that
stuck
they
with
sold their
you. It could have stuck with you because of the Illuminati connection. Because if
Yeah.
CERN is part of Illuminati, then
You're right, you're
every
right.
artist who is theorized to be part of Illuminati is
Is a part of
Yeah.
CERN.
a part of or involved in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can
I
see
need to
why
find
that
that video.
would stick with you.
If I find that video, I might see about sharing it on TikTok and sending and maybe Instagram. Um, because I meant to look it up and then it left my brain. I forgot to write a sticky note to remind myself. All right, Sarah, what you got for us today?
Well, I have to tell you that my favorite conspiracy theory is the reptilians conspiracy theory.
Throwing it back to lizard
Started,
men.
yeah, I know it's a trend at this point. Even my cryptid was half
Y-
lizard. But anyway, so David Icke came up with this conspiracy theory that an either alien or interdimensional race, always there are options of shape-shifting reptilians
Mhm.
have infiltrated our government and our entertainment and are secretly running the earth. And first of all, if they're not already, you could start at any time. But secondly, he also wrote a book about this theory and some of the alleged, in all caps, y'all, alleged reptilians are, of course, every president or presidential candidate that has ever been. The alleged celebrities are, Beyonce, Justin
Uh-huh.
Bieber, Taylor Swift, everybody.
What, Mark Zuckerberg is
Everybody.
one of them?
Hmm?
Mark
Yes,
Zuckerberg is one of them,
yes.
yeah.
Everyone is a
Actually,
reptilian.
Yeah.
when I was doing my research, he came up the most. I feel for maybe obvious reasons.
Who?
Yep.
I don't.
Mark
Mark
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. Yeah, he's the big one. But
Honestly, I believe it. He looks
I
like a lizard person.
well, he acts like he's never met a person before, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mark. Please don't sue us. Anyway, but here's the thing. My favorite part about that theory is anytime I am watching any sort of political debate or even performance, it warms my heart a little bit to know there are a handful of people going through this footage frame by frame, looking for what is in this conspiracy. It is the telltale sign of the secret reptilians, which is a little sideways blink
Yep.
or their eyes going black.
Yep.
So I'm really excited that if ever, we do something live, that there will be someone going through
Oh my
them. And
God.
yeah, I know, I'd
That's when we
love
know
it.
we've made it big.
Yes, and if they find a nice pixelated picture, I just want y'all to know they're right.
Yes.
They're right.
We're
We're
lizard
here.
people.
We're taking over the world via podcast. But
Yep.
that is one of
And they're
my
gonna
favorite
reference this one
theories.
too. They're gonna reference this one too.
Yeah, it's gonna say they've admitted it, and
I
I
can see
have. If you're
the really
listening,
I can see the really bad headlines too.
but yeah, I it would be such a relief to find out that this was reptilian aliens and not just humans.
Well, if it is, well, then I don't know, man. They f- they they're fucking it up. They're doing it wrong. I
Yeah,
need the good
yeah.
aliens to come in
well,
and infiltrate them.
isn't in this theory, aren't they evil and taking over the government?
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, it would make sense that that's why the world is going to shit because the evil
The
race
lizard.
of I mean, But then again, humans,
Yeah.
people will people.
I've met some humans in person that aren't the best.
You know what? I'm
Maybe.
just gonna start calling every evil person, like every person who's like just a little bit of a dick. I'm gonna say, "Are you a lizard person? Are you a
Yeah, that's what I'm
reptilian?"
gonna
I'm just
assume,
gonna start
I think.
assuming they're
Just assume.
reptilian.
Yep.
Anybody who's good is human. Anybody who's not good is reptilian.
Lizard people.
I'm just gonna ask
Yeah,
them, "Are you interdimensional or
100%.
are you alien? What's going on
Which one is
here?"
it?
Yeah, I gotta know. Like, I won't tell nobody. I just gotta know for me. I mean, I'm gonna tell my
Yeah.
sister and I'm gonna tell my people, but I
See,
ain't gonna
that's the thing.
blast you.
I'm just nosy, right? Because I can't do anything about it. Um, I'm not exactly in a position of global power.
Yeah, I have
But
nothing.
I do want to know. I want to know.
I
I want to
wanna
know for
know.
my sake. Please,
Yeah.
please
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
me.
just it's just for
I
me.
promise I won't judge if you're an alien. Like, I
Okay,
just want to be friends.
so we are on a
R-
podcast, so I
Yeah.
could see maybe some hesitation
It-
telling us the business, but I mean,
all right. Cass, what you got?
So we all know the Earth has a core and a mantle and all that sciencey stuff, right? But what if I told you there could be an entire ecosystem or even a civilization living inside the planet, just like chilling down there? So there's a couple of different pathways that you can go with the hollow earth theory. Okay. Some people believe that there is no actual like core of the earth, like no molten core, and it just is hollow. That is ridiculous. There's also a pathway where people think that there's massive cave systems and massive, like, huge caverns in the Earth's mantle or one of the layers closer to the top of the Earth. Um, so with the hollow Earth, the theory is, I mean, the hollow Earth, not the inner Earth, as it's
Hmm.
referred to when there's like caverns and shit in their theory. But with the hollow Earth, there is no core, and there's actually a central sun just floating in the middle point in Earth, which sure.
Okay.
Um, some people believe that Atlanteans, the reptilians, Sarah, or
A.
super Nazis come from
Okay.
those places. Um,
That's a mhm.
that's an indeed.
it
Yep.
damn sure is. So the inner Earth theory, which honestly is more plausible, has vast cave systems that could support or hide lost civilizations and cultures. Um, with ecosystems powered by geothermal vents, bioluminescent plants, and underground rivers. Um, so there's a lot of different cultures that have uh, myths and legends behind inner Earth civilizations. The Native Americans had the ant people from, I think it's called Hopi lore. The Buddhists and Tibetans have myths about Shambhala. And then, B, you'll recognize this term. The Mayans believed in the underworld Xibalba. Yes.
Chills.
And
It's a
then
silly thing to get chills on, but I got chills.
And then there's also in Norse mythology, there's Svartalfheim, which is the realm of the dwarves deep within the earth. Um, it's kind of like every culture was like, "Hey, there's something spooky going on down there. Let's make up a myth about it," you know.
They didn't make it up.
Um, and here's the fun thing: massive cave systems act like legitimately exist.
Hmm.
Um, and it's the Earth's crust is like Swiss cheese, right?
Hmm.
Um, it's not just a solid layer of earth.
Yeah.
There's a cave in Vietnam. I think it's called Son Doong. Uh, Sondoong. I did my research this time. It's so huge. It's got a jungle and weather inside of it. Like
I've
people,
seen that.
yeah, people can literally fly hot air balloons through parts of it. Um,
Yeah.
there's a place called the Mammoth Cave System in Kentucky with 426 miles of cave systems mapped, and they're still going. I've always believed that there's a kernel of truth to every myth and legend. Otherwise, how would it be continuously passed down? Where would it come from? You know, especially things that people have seen, you know? And then you've also got to think subterranean adaptation. It's legitimate. Like there's
Hmm.
blind cavefish, weird ass glowing fungus that live underground with no sunlight. Now, imagine if and there's all these beliefs about ancient intelligent civilizations that didn't leave a mark on the earth because they were eco-conscious, right? But what if when the asteroids hit, right? What if they was like, "Oh, let's go underground and survive the nuclear fucking thing that it's going to cause?" You know? What if they just stayed underground because when we came back they were like, "Wow, these motherfuckers are
Can
Jesus,
relate.
no." With the right conditions, heat from geothermal vents, bioluminescent flora, underground rivers, you could totally build a society. Um, Also, think about the fact that of the ocean, we've explored maybe 5%.
I hate the ocean.
Underground, oh yeah. But underground, we've probably explored even less than that. Like we can only drill 8 miles deep at the most, which is the Cola super deep borehole, and that's barely scratching the crust of the earth, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and there are some things that could disprove it possibly. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Um, so seismology maps the Earth's layers with quote unquote a ton of precision. And one thing that proves that the hollow Earth theory is not true is, we've drilled deep enough to know that there's not a giant hollow spot. But the theory that there could be massive caverns and cave systems that lead to underground civilizations that exist in the dark. And then there's also like all of these testimonials, if you will. Like there's oh god, where is it from? I did not include this in my research part. But there's a story about these two children that are found in the woods in some country. I want to say it was in Europe somewhere, and they were green.
I've heard this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And the theory or the story goes that as they grew up, they adapted more to living on the outside of the earth. The theories behind why they were green is because they were living underground where they live off of different nutrients. They get different vitamins and all of that stuff. And then there's also, this is my favorite story about the inner earth. So there's this actual pilot from 1947, I want to say. He was actually, a fairly well respected pilot. And after his death, this journal surfaced. 100% could be, fake. Somebody wrote it pretending to be him. But in this journal, it describes him flying over the poles. And I want to say it was, I can't remember if it was north or south, but It's one of those. But he was flying over, I want to say South Pole, and he saw a huge hole like leading into the earth. And I can't remember if he had plane trouble and it ended up in there, or if he intentionally flew his plane into an unknown hole, which makes no sense to me if that's what the case was. But yeah, apparently he flew until he came out into a vast cavern. Like, he met different people. He experienced different ways of life. He met, like, there was multiple different civilizations down there. But again, it could have all just been somebody faking a journal from this guy. But yeah, so that's my favorite theory, conspiracy theory. And it's so fun because
Yeah.
there's also the thought that like I said, reptilians and Bigfoot and all of these different mythical creatures use these cave systems and live in these underground cultures. Like, it's possible. Why you think we
Yeah.
never find Bigfoot remains? Maybe they're taking their fallen brethren back to underground to,
Wherever.
yeah. So it's super fun. It's definitely my favorite of the conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. It all kind of goes, I would say it all goes hand in hand with a lot of different, it could be alternate dimensions or cave systems.
Mm.
Do cryptids come from the cave? Are they alternate dimension beings? Like, it all kind of, I would say kind of, it all goes hand in hand a little bit
It does.
in theories.
It's
And
It
all
definitely does.
yeah.
the big question is, what if,
What if it's
or
both?
how? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like, what if it's not necessarily interdimensional, but they use interdimensional travel? Like, what if they're creating like teleport holes
Mm-hmm. Or
or
what if they're more
whatever?
advanced than we are and they've got their own portals down there that
Yeah,
they have made contact
because
with
I
other
mean,
things?
if they're a higher advanced civilization, then why wouldn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
What if they're already traveling in space because they've discovered how to just teleport from the inner earth to space? I mean, who's to say? Who knows?
I don't know. I want to know. I want it. I want it all to come out so bad.
So bad. I want to know all of the things. Sarah, your
Oh,
thoughts on the inner earth, hollow earth theory?
Well, I have to tell you, I watch occasionally, the those people who send in scary videos and they make compilations of them. And some of the ones that always freak me out are when if they start off with a cave, I know I'm not going to have a good time.
I hate
Uh,
caves.
I hate them
I
so
hate
much.
them. Ugh.
yeah, because why are y'all in there?
You don't have to cave dive. That's the thing.
Yeah, no one
You
made
don't
you
have
do
to do
that.
that.
It's a conscious choice. You never just find yourself in a cave system. You're not going to just be
Yeah, you had
walking
to.
through the woods and then just boom, you're in a cave.
Yeah, you had
Spelunking
to
is
pack a bag and everything. So
yeah.
I never understand it. But I do think, I think there are things we just don't understand. There are things we just don't know. Um, and unlike the other things, the cave thing I feel is just like not my personal business. You know what I mean? Like, I don't,
That's something I won't be nosy about.
yeah, that one's not for me.
I think I'll keep my nose where it belongs up here.
Yeah, I feel the same way about like the deep sea too. Certain
With
things
the
are just
ocean.
like I have enough going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll say above sea level. Like, we're fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And there's no need for you to come to me. I'm not,
Yeah,
unless you're coming to make our lives better. I'm fine.
Please,
You can
I'm good.
stay. We
And I've seen the videos. Nothing in them looks like it is trying to make my life better.
No,
That's
they
all I know
don't.
for
Like
sure.
The Descent, that movie.
oh
Oh my God. Or the cave.
No, I can't. I don't understand how spelunking became a hobby.
No, I don't, because even though claustrophobia is not a thing for me,
Yeah.
I don't, I think I'm just a second-hand information type of girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Like,
don't
I
need
don't,
to.
you're like, tell me
And
what
even
you
still,
saw, but I'm
no,
good.
no, even then, I'm like, please don't, because I've listened to stories about people who have gone spelunking and nightmare stories where they're I'm not claustrophobic, but I get claustrophobic when I hear those stories. I want to vomit. I'm good. I don't want to hear anything about it. It's terrifying to me.
well, the
Mm-mm.
thing, that people legitimately like get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that happens when you get stuck underground happens to them. And the thing is, I don't need to learn every single lesson in life myself. So that's good enough for me. Whatever y'all say is down there, that's fine.
Thank
Um,
you.
heard.
Great. I'm gonna stay right here.
So what I
Yeah,
heard you say was never go in a cave system ever. Gotcha.
That's what you said to me.
That's what I heard. I mean,
That's what the subtitles underneath you said. It's just no caves, and I was like, bet, and that
And
wraps it
I'm
up for
fine
me.
with it. I live with
Yeah,
myself every day knowing that I will never go spelunking.
never.
yeah, I'm all good.
Also, never gonna go deep sea diving.
No, what I will say is I think I've created this conspiracy theory on my own, or maybe it is out there. I don't know, but I'm so dead convinced that octopuses are fucking aliens.
Oh yeah. I mean, the
100%. It's
theory's
probably
out there because, I mean, Resident Alien.
Oh, such a
oh
good
yeah,
show.
it's such a good show. I
So
cannot wait.
good.
I need to find out where we can watch it. I can't wait for it to be all on Netflix. I have to find it or something.
They do
Yeah.
have a streaming service, I think. Everything has a streaming service
I
now.
just don't have to pay
Probably the
for it.
caves have a streaming service.
They do. The caves definitely do, and I'm
Well,
Should
their
I
good.
not
marketing team
subscribe?
is not pulling
That's
their
okay.
weight because I've never
They
heard of
don't
it.
have to pull their weight
Nope.
at all.
Nope. Keep it to
Yeah.
yourselves.
They honestly, it's fine. You're doing a great job. Keep up the work.
We love that for you.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. Jason and I have had a conversation, multiple conversations, speaking on the deep sea terrifying thing, getting off topic
Mhm.
a little bit, about the difference between the ocean being terrifying and outer space being terrifying. I don't understand why, because he makes a good point that outer space is always expanding. Yes, we understand more about outer space than we do our own oceans, but like it's infinite. The ocean is finite. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the chances of you running into something absolutely terrifying in outer space are way higher than you running into something in the ocean. But there's something about the ocean that is
Because it's so
horrifying.
close.
I
Well,
think
that's
that's
the
it. It's
thing.
so close and it's dark.
Hmm.
Yeah, you
Well, I
can't
mean, outer space is
accidentally
dark
get
too.
swept into space. You know
Hmm?
what I mean? Like you never go to the beach and then you accidentally are swept into
Yeah,
outer space and you're like, ah,
yeah,
crap, here I am in the galaxy again. But I
exactly.
mean,
Yeah, it's definitely way easier to accidentally be out in the ocean by yourself than it is
Then
to
being out.
accidentally be out in space by yourself. Oh man,
All
my spaceship left me again.
right.
I'll
Maybe someone will come floating by and save me.
yeah, exactly.
just catch a ride on this asteroid.
Also,
Oh,
at least in space, you can see things coming a little bit, right?
That's
You're never like,
true.
ah,
It's a
so if
I
different
you,
hope
kind
there's
of
not a
darkness.
shark, a
yeah,
space
it's a
shark
different kind of
underneath my
darkness.
feet.
Well,
Yes.
in reality, it's not. That's only if you're close to a star. Because,
Yeah, but we can only space travel so far, so I'm sticking with my original thought, which is if you're floating in the ocean, even if you're floating in the pool, like on your back, it gives you like an uneasy
Yeah, it's
feeling.
ooh, the wave of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, just that. Plus, you are at an automatic disadvantage in the water. I think that's what gets me. Like it's not like, I'm not trying to square up against a grizzly bear, but at least he can't come up from underneath me and pull
Yeah.
me into the cave
Abyss.
systems.
Ooh,
I know.
It's all
We did so
connected.
much.
all connected. I love it.
Because bears are actually reptilians. I don't know if y'all.
Fun fact.
That's definitely not something I just made up right now.
Jason's saying he's a reptilian too.
Are you a
I
reptilian?
knew it. I knew it.
Knew it.
Oh man.
I'm a lizard people.
I'm a lizard people.
Lizard people.
He was like, one time I came across these people changing their tires in the forest, and I scampered out, and then they reported me to the sheriff.
A callback. It's a great
Scamper.
callback. He scampered across. And now he has his own insurance company.
Because I just saw scampering. Okay, I know
Yep.
what I know what just happened.
Yep.
Okay.
I
Oh my
need him to share the Geico mascot wealth, okay?
Okay. I mean, me too.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna need him to share it with you.
Hello.
I would love that. Well, I don't know. What do we want to talk about next week? Is there anything you guys want to bring up?
We do still need to discuss one final, I think we can all agree on this, but one final conspiracy theory that I personally think is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I wish we could
Mhm.
count down and say it at the same time because I know it's the same.
We can
I'm
do
ready.
this.
Mhm.
All right. Flat Earth.
Flat
Flat
Earth.
Earth. Mhm.
No, I want to keep it. I want to keep it because it's so fun.
No, keep
Keeping
it
that.
like that. I think we're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right. So, that being said, what are we feeling for next week? Because we've covered a wide range so far.
I feel like with us doing cryptids the week before and then the Hollow Earth, I think Bigfoot would be a fun way to tie everything together.
Okay. All right. So I guess we're going to do Bigfoot next week. Hey, B from the future here. Spoiler alert, we don't do Bigfoot. We did out of body experiences. So be on the lookout for that episode next Saturday. With Sarah and Cass taking the reins, since I am not crazy invested in Bigfoot. I'm fascinated by him, but I'm not crazy invested. So that's going to be a Cass and Sarah thing. I'm going to be here, and you guys can be here along for the ride. So we're doing Bigfoot next week. If you guys have any requests specific that you want us to go over, please feel free to leave it in the comments. You can message us anywhere. We'll have the information on how you can reach at the end of this episode as well. But we definitely want to hear from you guys. Feel free to message us. We're gonna have our information at the end of this episode on how you can reach us, follow us on any of the social medias, etc. But we definitely want to hear from you guys. You guys would like to learn more about. I know for me, I definitely want to dive into lucid dreaming, near-death experiences, and out-of-body experiences still. But yeah, we're doing Bigfoot next week. So if you guys have any other requests, please put it in the comments of any of our anythings. Social media, I don't care. Put it wherever you want to put it, so long as we can see it.
And we
That's
love
what
you
she said.
guys, so stay out of caves.
Oh yes, please stay out of caves. Don't do that.
Stay out of caves.
Don't do that.
Stay out of the ocean. The ocean ain't for us. We ain't
In the woods.
We ain't
Never
got
leave your
web
house.
feet and
Never-
shit.
Just stay home, guys. It's fine. It's fine.
Just stay at home.
We're indoors.
Continue to
But
be
if
your
you
cryptid
do-
introvert selves.
Yes, let's
But
pull
if
a
you
swamp.
do, yeah. But if you do, send us the story. You know what I mean?
Please
Yeah.
send us the story.
Yeah.
All right. I guess with that being said, if shit gets weird,
You get weirder.
And lean into it.
bye.
Guys, stay
Bye.
No caves. No spelunking.
No caves. No shit. Stay
Cryptids are notoriously hard to find, but the Like You Know Bruh podcast is not. You can find us on Instagram or TikTok if you just want to keep up with the latest news, or you can listen on YouTube or Spotify. And if you want to email us, that's likeyouknowbruhpodcast@gmail.com. So you can share your stories, tell us what you want to hear, or you know what? Just tell us about your day. We don't care. We're here. That's LIKEYAKNOWBRUHPODCAST. Reach out to us anytime at Gmail or leave us a comment on any of our social medias. We'd love to hear from you guys. Okay, bye.